I'm Jacqueline with CraftyJackStamping.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I am going to show you how to make this adorable card. It's a pendulum swing card, and as you can see, the little adorable turtle is rocking back and forth. So I'm filming this intro after I already made the card because I didn't have the card to show you for my intro before I made the video, because the video was my first attempt at making this type of card using the pendulum. So just to go over briefly what I will be using in this video is I got these little circular divots. Well, I don't know what they are exactly, because they just call them replenishments in My Favorite Things. And I got them at My Favorite Things because Stampin' Up! Does not have these. And you can see they have a little bit of thickness to them. And you'll see how those are used. This panel has a hole where this little circle went. And I used this die from the pocket die set to make the hole for that. I also used the rectangular stitched framelits to make these different frames. And I used this back on your feet stamp set to stamp the turtle and the greeting. So now let's get started, and you can share in my first adventure for this type of card. And thank you for watching. So as I said, we're using the back on your feet stamp set from Stampin' Up. And I've already stamped the adorable little turtle, and I have fussy cut him. We are going to put him at the top of the sheet, but first we are going to cut it out. Before we cut it out, I'm going to use this brush to brush some grass. So I have some scrap paper here, and I'm going to just tear it. Kind of messing it up here a little, but let's see if this will work. So I want to have room for this greeting down on the bottom that says, "Hope you're back on your feet soon," at the very bottom. And then some green grass mounds here, and the adorable little turtle there. Actually, what I want to do is I want to flip it so that we have it like this. And we're just gonna do the green, and then we'll flip it around a little and do it again. And we'll do another one right here. And there we go. We just have a little bit of dimension there with some of the grass. To clean this off, I just rub it a little bit more, and then I get my Simply Chamois, and I just rub it out on here. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and stamp the grading. So I have hope you're back on your feet soon, and we're going to do that in the Memento Tuxedo Black. And make sure we got it good. And that looks pretty good there. So let's put this back so we can get this out of the way. We also want to close the ink because I've made too many mistakes where I get my paper into it. So what we're going to do is, this is going to be the layer here on the bottom, and then we're going to have a layer like this with the garden green, and we're going to make this layer a little bit smaller than this because we're going to put this on top, and this is going to be our piece that has our adorable little turtle. So I was thinking on this one we should go ahead and do some skies. So just like we did with the grass, we're going to tear some of the paper to make the clouds. I didn't want it to look the exact same as the grass, so that's why I tore it again. We're using Pool Party to make the sky. This will all make sense why I'm doing these layers this way when we put the pendulum on for the swinging. So the other thing we need to do is we need to put a hole. We're going to want the hole right about here. And if we don't get it exactly, that's okay. But what I do have to make the hole, because we have these little slider things, I don't know what exactly it's called, to put on the top so that when it swings back and forth, it has this little dot, and you see it has a little bit of thickness here. This is just a little bit bigger than that, so we want this to go right there. So we're going to also going to get a pencil. I'm going to put it here in the middle, kind of where I want it, so that I get it right when I put it on the die cut machine. So I will pause it and I will cut these all out. I'm also going to emboss the green layer. So I will be right back. Okay, So I got all my pieces back, and I don't think I mentioned that this is from the pocket die set that we have in our current catalog. I just used the circle. Now, what we need to do is we need to color this cute little guy. And I have the the dark and light olive, old olive, and I have the dark and light granny apple green. I have the crumb cake, and I'm also going to get the light so saffron. So let's just take a few minutes to color this. The arms and legs and the belly and the belly I'm going to do in the crumb cake. All right, and that's it with the Stampin' Blends. So, one thing I forgot to do is we forgot to get the inside. And I always do the inside with its own little layer. And to do that, we're going to go ahead and put the little head of our cute little turtle sticking on the inside right here. So we're going to get the black again, Memento Tuxedo Black. And I didn't worry about getting it on the bottom part of the stamp much because we are just going to stamp it right here. There we go. And if you want, you can color that too, but I am not going to color it. All right, so let's get these out of the way so that we can do this. So it looks like this is going to be a little bit big for this hole, but we will see what we can do. So the first thing, let's get one out. And oops, it just about rolled away. So we want to use a scrap, and we're going to make the pendulum. And we will need a penny. Hopefully this will still work because this is a skinny pendulum. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to put a drop of glue right here. There we go. And I think this glue is just about out, so I'm going to toss it. And then we are going to put this on our glue and hold it right there. Oops, I keep moving it. We want it to be in the middle. So I'm going to hold it for a minute and make sure that it sticks good. And we're going to let that dry. I probably should have done that a little bit earlier. So, what we're going to do is we're going to put some glue dots on here to glue the penny. So let's get our glue dots. And we're going to need a few of these because we want to make sure it's glued on good. And I'm going to go ahead and put them on the penny. So I know exactly how much we can use. And I think I'm going to put 4 on. This might be a little overkill, but I'd rather it be a little bit too much than not enough. There we go. All right. So when we have it through the hole here, we want the penny to be in the back, like that. And so we are going to glue it like that. All right. So now let's let this dry a little bit moment longer. And what I want to do is this is going to be the layer, okay? Then we are going to put this on top, and we have to put two layers of the dimensionals to make it stick up, and this kind of helps fill in the gap. So that's why I wanted it to be a little bit wider. The only other thing we need to worry about is we need to make sure that when we do it, we have this in the middle appropriately. So We want to make sure that it doesn't get in the way of that. So as I was talking, I was thinking it might work a little bit better if we use these because they're thicker. See how much thicker they are? So let's go ahead and try that. All right, let's see. Here's my pen. I think I am going to cut that right there. We're going to make 2 of them. And this is going to be at the top. Then we have another one for the bottom. So one of the other things you have to worry about is the pendulum swinging too far. And we won't have to worry about that because we have these in the way. So let's go ahead. Might be a little too crooked there. Hopefully didn't mess it up too bad. And let's do one more on this side. All right, and I'm pretty sure Stampin' Up! Still sells these dimensionals. If they don't, then all you have to do is do 2 layers of these all the way around. So there we go. So it's going to layer like that. And actually we're going to turn it around so that we have it better here. All right. Let's go ahead and put the inside of the card in. And let me get my okay. All right, then we're going to go ahead and glue this down. I think we'll do it that way. Oh wow, this one's coming out strong. Hopefully it's not too much there. Okay, so now I think we're ready to go ahead and put this pendulum in here. And we're going to put a dot of the glue. And make sure we get it centered. We want it centered in the base here so that it looks like it's rocking. So I didn't hold it long enough and moved it around, and so I had to glue it again
to get it to stay right. And this time I held it for a good minute, and I fast forwarded the video so you don't have to watch it the whole time.
All right. So from when I put the glue on before, it looks like it got stuck a little bit, but I think it's going to work. So as you can see, it just swings back and forth like that. So now it's time to take off the backs of these and see if we can get it centered in there. Not too bad. So let's see if it works the way it's supposed to. Not too bad. Not too bad for my first attempt. Then you open it up and it looks just fine. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoyed making it, and thank you for joining me on this fun adventure.
Learning how to make this interactive pendulum swing card. All the products I used will be listed in my blog, so please hop on over to my blog, which will be linked in the description below. Thank you.